If I only had 1 hour in the kitchen this week, here's exactly how I'd use it to prep 8 gluten-free, whole food dinners without spending your entire Sunday cooking them. Because if you're a busy mom who's tired, bloated, grabbing takeout by Wednesday, this system is going to change your entire week. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and I help busy moms to lose weight, balance their hormones, and feel confident in their body with budget-friendly meal planning and healthy swaps. So let's get started. Okay, most moms think they need more time to eat healthier, but what you really need is a system. A simple, repeatable system that makes dinner fast, predictable, and stress-free. And this is the same system I teach inside my 7-day dinner challenge. And today you're gonna get the full walkthrough, my exact 1 hour prep routine. Okay, mamas, following this prep sheet makes it so simple. You need this, okay? Weeknight dinners have never been this easy before. Okay, step 1, shop for ingredients. My prep routine actually starts way before I ever step into this kitchen back here with my online grocery order. So it takes about 5 minutes to add everything from my Walmart shopping list, and that includes every single ingredient I need to make 8 recipes in under an hour. I've curated these recipes so they all use overlapping ingredients, so that means no random leftovers, nothing you won't use, and 0 guessing. These are easy, fast, delicious recipes with next to no vegetable chopping, and I order everything online so I know exactly what I'm spending. I'm not wandering the aisles, saying no to stuffed animals and snacks from the kids, and I literally drive to Walmart, grab my order, and I'm back home within 10 minutes. Step 2. Now we're moving into preparing your meal. This is where the real magic happens. These recipes are so easy to prepare and even easier to double, so you're automatically ahead for the rest of the month. I want to make one thing clear. We are prepping ingredients. We are not batch cooking whole meals. So batch cooking is when you fully cook meals ahead of time and reheat them during the week. I tried that, and honestly, it never worked for me. I want fresh food, not meals that have been sitting in the fridge, losing their texture, their flavor, just becoming like mush. Ugh. So with this method, you are prepping ingredients now and cooking the meal fresh later in the week. The cook time on these recipes is usually 30 minutes or less. And the best part, no prep dishes. Oh my goodness. You literally dump the prepped ingredients into your Instant Pot, your oven, or your sheet pan and walk away. Okay, think about this. A hot soup ready in the Instant Pot or your slow cooker as your kids come in from a late practice. You know how they come in. They're starving. What's for dinner, Mom? Or you've been at the office all day, but the instructions are so simple that your kids or even your husband can make dinner even if you are not at home. So that is the beauty of this system. You still get a fresh, home-cooked meal without the nightly dishes, all the chopping, and the stress of starting from scratch. All right, time to do some meal prepping. This is where the magic happens. 8 dinners laid out, dumped into bags, labeled, and done. You're gonna feel unstoppable by the end of this hour, I promise. So first, you're gonna set up your recipes. Place each printed recipe on the counter and line them up with the ingredients all behind them. Start with recipe number 1 and move from left to right. They're in this order for a reason. Trust me, it makes the process so much smoother. Next, you're gonna prep your freezer bags. Place a labeled bag on top of each one of the recipes. You'll need 2 bags for the sweet potato bake and the chicken taco soup. Keep them handy so you don't have to run around trying to grab extras of the bags or any of your supplies. Next, you're gonna organize your ingredients. Make sure to stack each of the ingredients neatly behind each recipe, and then make sure you have a clear workspace. So if you need to use an extra table, totally use it. If there are ingredients that are used in multiple recipes, put them on the leftmost recipe and always work from left to right. It is the fastest, most efficient way to get this whole thing done in less than an hour. Lastly, we need to prep your tools. So pull out your measuring cups and spoons, your blender, your pressure cooker, and food processor. And you want to have everything within reach so that you can move through each recipe like a pro. Okay, when I look at my prep list, I find 3 things I must do first. First, I'm going to boil the water for the baked ziti. Next, I'm going to add hot water to cover the cashews. I need a bowl that has 1 cup of cashews and another bowl that has 2.5 cups of cashews. We're also going to cook 2 pounds of rice in the pressure cooker, some for some dinner for tonight, and the rest of it is going to be for later in the week. All right, meal number 1, chicken sausage and sweet potato sheet pan. Oh, this recipe is so good. We always double this run, and that is how we get 7 meals plus a dessert ready for the week. I buy all the veggies frozen and pre-chopped. I'll slice the smoked chicken sausage, mix it with oregano, minced garlic, tahini seasoning, and a splash of Worcestershire sauce. And then I dump all of those ingredients into 2 labeled freezer bags. When I'm ready to cook these, they go straight into the oven, minimal cleanup, so much flavor, always a family favorite. All right, meal number 2, chicken taco soup. This recipe is also doubled. So we're gonna add the frozen chicken and divide it between the 2 bags. We're also gonna add the shredded cabbage, black beans, diced tomatoes, lime juice, and all those lovely taco spices. And it goes straight into the freezer bags. Later, all I need to do is pressure cook or use the crock pot for this recipe. I can add 2 cups of water to make it into a soup, or I can keep it thicker to use for tacos or burritos. It's ready in less than 30 minutes, and it's perfect for busy nights and after those sports practices. Meal number 3, vegetable minestrone soup. So this is a rainbow of different vegetables, chickpeas, kidney beans, zucchini, green beans, carrots, and herbs all go into the freezer bag. And this is made for a crowd. So you can either save half of this recipe for another day, or you can make a big batch, have some friends over, bring it to a new mama who needs a meal. On cooking day, we add potato and greens and pressure cook it all together, and this dinner is ready so fast. It's healthy, it's filling, and bloat-free. Okay, now that we've gotten the easier recipes out of the way, it is time for meal 4, which is our vegan baked ziti. So for this recipe, I make sure that I have cleaned up some of the other items so that this one I can prepare and make some of the cashew cream, and I have enough space to do so. I also do this one a little later, so the cashews have had time to soak up, get soft, and the water is already boiling for the pasta. So you're gonna wanna add your gluten-free pasta to the boiling water and only cook for 5 minutes. While that's going, blend up the cashew ricotta. The texture we want in this is creamy, slightly chunky, and we're gonna mix that with the cooked pasta and the can of Rao's pasta sauce. You're gonna mix all of that directly in the freezer bag, because I like less dishes, okay? That freezer bag is going to go directly into your square baking dish, and we're gonna use that dish to freeze the baked ziti in the shape that we're gonna cook it in. Next, you're gonna make the cashew cream. Blend up the ingredients in the blender until it's super creamy and pourable. And you're gonna open up your bag of the ziti that's been shaped in the square shape and just pour the cream on top. Now when you close up the Ziploc bag, it is in the shape it needs to be. The cream is still on top. You pop that in your freezer and you're gonna be ready for your midweek dinner with almost no effort. All right, so we have made all the dinner recipes. So now we need to make some protein celebration cookies because we got through all that meal prepping and we would like to have a little sweet treat. Of course, right? Here's a treat that's actually good for you. Mix the almond flour, protein powder, flax meal, honey, as well as the baking soda and the apple cider vinegar. Put all of that into the food processor. And as it's running, you're gonna slowly add almond milk until the cookies just start to come together. At this point, you'll add your chocolate chips and shape them into balls. I like to use my trusty little cookie scoop here. And I store them directly in a plastic bag. So I used to freeze cookies by putting them on a cookie sheet, letting them freeze, and then putting them into a separate plastic bag. But sometimes they would become more freezer burns that way because there's a lot of air in the bag. So now what I do is I freeze them directly in the bag, and then I use a straw trick where I actually suck out the extra air and close it off so it creates some of that vacuum seal, and they stay much fresher that way. Later, we're gonna bake these cookies directly from frozen, or if you're like me, sometimes I just enjoy them as a frozen snack. It's guilt-free, kid approved, mom approved, who can't ask for more? And now, time for dinner tonight. You've made all these recipes for the week, you've made desserts, now finish up dinner for tonight and you are done. So these taco bowls are delicious and they help use up some of the remaining ingredients that you have. The rice will be done by now, so you're gonna portion out half of the rice that you cooked for tonight's dinner and half of that rice for later in the week. I like to serve this family style, so I'll actually take out the black beans, diced tomatoes, cabbage, avocado, the black olives, and put them out so that family can take what it is that they want. We're also going to take the remaining cashew cream from our ziti recipe, add lime, some tahini, blend it up again, and top these bowls with a delicious lime cashew cream that makes this recipe. We could not get enough of this cashew cream, okay? So now you have a fresh, flavorful, bloat-free dinner ready for tonight, and you have even more recipes ready for you for the rest of the week or two. And there you have it, 7 meals plus a dessert, prepped and ready in under an hour. So I mean, imagine doing this just twice a month. No more last minute takeout, no more bloating from whatever dinner you could grab on the go, no more 5 p.m. stress wondering what's for dinner. Okay, so if this made you think, oh my gosh, I need this system, please, then you will love my free 7-day dinner challenge. So for 7 days, you're gonna get the dinner plan, the shopping list, the freezer prep steps, support inside my community. By the end of this week, you're gonna start feeling better in your body because this is more than just prepping meals. This is about prepping healthy meals, ones that help you feel lighter, less bloated, more energized, just from eating real food consistently. The link is down below, and I'd love to see you inside. Join my free 7-day dinner challenge and make dinner time effortless, healthy, and stress-free. Link is in the description. We'll see you there.